Hi, everyone. Let's just get started. I just want to thank you for taking the time today to join us for this exclusive sneak peek. We have participants from Australia, New Zealand, UK, South Africa, and Ireland joining us today. So thank you and welcome. We're very excited to share with you the details about the new student experience that we have been working really hard on. While we go through the presentation, please use the Q&A box to send us any questions that you might have. We will have some time towards the end of the session to take up a few of those. Before we begin, I just wanted to give a quick introduction on who we are. My name is Gagan, and I'm the head of product at Matific. I'm joined by our very talented Amir Dori, who is our senior game designer. Both of us will be your hosts for today's webinar. As an overview, Matific is a digital maths learning resource for primary schools. We offer thousands of activities mapped to every concept a student learns. Our pedagogy was designed by world-leading experts from UC Berkeley in California and the Einstein Institute of Mathematics. It's focused around building children's core understanding of maths while keeping them engaged and having fun. You'll see in all our activities that we go through today. Before I get into what's coming up for students, I just want to give you some background on why we exist and the problems that we're trying to solve. You might already know this, but poor performance in maths is driven by three underlying issues. First, students aren't engaged. Students are living in the iPhone world, but too often, education is an analog world. Children aren't stimulated. Second, too often pressure to pass exams means students focus on procedures at the expense of building a deep conceptual understanding. Without a strong foundation in understanding concepts, it's hard for many students to understand more and more complex concepts as they progress in education. And third, teachers are increasingly very stretched and often don't have the time to develop personalized content to meet the needs of each student. The end result is that strong students aren't challenged enough and challenged students are left behind. And just as technology has revolutionized every industry, it has the power to transform education as well. Matific aims to do three things to address these issues. First, Matific is incredibly engaging. You might already know this. We have thousands of activities, and we've invested heavily to make them incredibly engaging. I know for a fact that students using Matific love it. Matific's activities are story-based, fully interactive, and encourage children to explore how maths work. Second, Matific impacts learning. Every activity in Matific is a formative assessment built around 5 pedagogical principles developed by the academic board of world-leading experts in math and childhood education. And finally, Matific turned regular teachers into super teachers. We have over 1,500 activities aligned to every concept a student learns in primary maths. You can assign activities on a case-by-case basis or set up the planner feature and we'll assign them for you. All our activities have scaffolding built in and are automatically marked, giving you detailed insights on student performance. The Matific way of learning presents maths as fully interactive activities. You're seeing on your screen a range of Matific activities covering topics as diverse as shapes, times, angles, and fractions. Every activity presents real-world problems in a natural scenario, which makes maths feel realistic, relevant. All content that we do is designed around 5 key principles. We build conceptual understanding, we develop critical thinking and problem-solving skills, we help students engage with maths in real-life context. All our activities are personalized. Every activity is developed to be genuinely engaging to students. Matific offers thousands of activities aligned at every concept student learns in primary maths. We've gamified activities like you see on the screen, and we also have worksheets, workshops, and word problems, all mapped to a majority of curriculums available. As a teacher, when you log in, you can drill down by curriculum outcome to find activities relevant to whatever you're teaching. All our activities have built-in scaffolding. If a student gets a question wrong, we give them adaptive hints and feedback to help them learn. And when students complete activities, their work is automatically graded in real time. We've then built a reporting platform for teachers such as yourself, so you can see for every mathematical concept which students are doing well and which are struggling. You can drill down to specific topics, skills, to see how your students are doing in those. You can use these reports to manage your class, and if you want, you can also send reports to individual student performance directly to parents. And that leads us into the new student experience. We believe that math should be fun, engaging, and full of aha moments. So we're regularly innovating and improving Matific for an even better student experience. With the help of our experts on the academic board, we've used cutting-edge research to create an all-new experience that your students can enjoy beginning September 2021. We are really excited for this. It's a brand new student experience, but with the same Matific content that everyone already loves. Before we dive into details, here's a quick teaser showcasing some of what's coming up. Wow, that's so exciting. I'm sure excited. I'm hoping that you guys are excited too. With the new student experience, we wanted to ensure that we meet three targets in addition to making it engaging and interesting for students. First, we want to give teachers the opportunity to teach in their own way. Many teachers love using Matific because it's so easy to find and assign activities for schoolwork or homework for your students to do. Then teachers manually personalize these activities for differentiated learning to address knowledge gaps. With the new student experience, we're making differentiation so much easier. We're introducing a new special area of adventure called the Adventure Island. It's fully adaptive and personalized to each and every student and will meet their individual needs. Second, we want to set the students on the right path from the get-go. And to do this, it is important to understand where the knowledge gaps are. The new student experience includes a placement test that helps to identify the area that has the highest potential for student learning and growth. Third, while the student travels on this amazing new AI-driven adventure, we pave the way for their optimal journey of learning and discovery by automatically presenting them the right next activity to do. All of this, of course, is done in Matific style. It's fun, engaging, and builds a growth mindset. The new student experience has four major components. First, the Adventure Island, a fully adaptive adventure that's personalized and tailored for each and every student. It starts with a placement test and then takes students into the amazing world of Matific where they can self-discover. Assigned work, a favorite amongst teachers, is a separate designated area where all assigned work sits. It's split into schoolwork and homework to allow for teachers to assign activities to students, giving them full control. Training Zone gives students the opportunity to target specific skills or topics and practice activities in those topics on their own. And finally, Arena is where the inner champion comes out. Students can challenge their classmates or other students around the world. Arena will only be available from 2022 though. A core pedagogical principle of Matific is learning how to think. And part of that includes educating for accountability. Ensuring children can take ownership of their learning journey is fundamental to the educational development. The Adventure Island provides just that and more. The placement test is the first thing the student will encounter when they enter the Adventure Island. It will only happen once at the start of the student journey in a school year and includes roughly 20 to 25 worksheet style questions that cover a mix of past and future topics based on students' grade or year level. It can take anywhere between 30 to 40 minutes to complete this test, and it does not need to be completed in a single sitting. Student can always take a break and return to it later. The placements test is completely tied into the metagame so that it never feels like a test to the student. From a student's perspective, they're simply undergoing a special pilot training. Teachers will also get access to a placement test report that highlights the completion status, who has done it, who has not, individual student scores, what they got right and wrong. So these details are very useful for the teachers to understand where their students are at. Personalized learning is an essential part of not just the Matific pedagogy, but modern instruction as well. A large part of this is ensuring each child is able to follow their educational journey. With the Adventure Island, students take ownership of their own learning journey. After the placement test is completed, students enter the Adventure Island. This island is powered by an AI-driven adaptive algorithm that provides every student a personalized journey catered to their individual knowledge gaps and learning outcomes. And that means they get the right activity at the right time. Adventure Island is student-centered, helps students to learn and discover on their own, covering the full breadth of Matific topics appropriate for their year level before moving them along. Its adaptive capabilities help teachers, you, become a facilitator for every child's learning pathway. So there's no more teaching to the middle or one size that fits all. Our reports will help you not only identify who's struggling, but what they're struggling with, which allows for targeted intervention. The Adventure Island also has many built-in mechanics that build student confidence through achievement, improving their perception of themselves as someone who can do mathematics. It helps build a growth mindset by rewarding them for completing activities that were selected as appropriate for them. Amir, do you want to take this forward?
Hey everyone. So as Gagan mentioned, we've invested lots of efforts and thinking into the new interface, and lots of game design principles are taken into account. And I would like to take you to this journey with me and to explore them together and show you exactly what we did and why. So this is the current interface of Matific as you know it. Now we are proudly calling it the old interface, not just the current interface. And as you know, this is just like a map with some path over it, and over the path there are the episodes, which are the activities. And the kids are just playing and getting stars, and by getting lots of stars, they're actually unlocking the chests and claiming some monster cards for their monster book. You can see also on the left side, there is the menu, the UI menu of school or full course, monster book, etc. So again, this is the old interface. If we are looking now on the new interface, we've kept the idea of a map and a path over it because it promotes progress, it's a good motivation to advance. But as you can see, we've actually raised the quality and all of the standards to be aligned with games, with top quality games which are out there. And we've completely improved all of the look and feel of the new interface. Now the episodes are over the path. You can see, we'll explain later, but you can see that there are also characters over the path. And we've actually removed the UI navigation in the menu. Gagan, please go to the next slide. So this is how it actually looks like for the student. This is the new interface of the Adventure Island. You can scroll it up or down vertically. It's going to reveal itself to expose more and more content as the kid will make a progress. You can see this is animated and lively. There are characters with dialogues over the path. There are the episodes, which are the adaptive content that the kid can play. And as I mentioned, we've removed the menu, and now the navigation is enhanced to be an holistic part of the whole game. You are not just navigating through an external interface like the menu, but now the navigation is done by this screen, which is, we are calling it internally the main map. So you can, from here, you can land your aircraft with your avatar over the adventure land or the sidewalk or the train zone or the arena, any component. And of course, it's allowing us, this interface allowing us to improve it and to add future components in the future when needed. But if you will take a closer look on the art of this main map, one may suggest that the art here is a bit too childish, which is great because we are also dealing with kindergarten and with grade 1, but we are also dealing with grade 5 and 6. So something new about here is that the art is actually changing. Gagan, if you can just go to the previous one, to the next one, just to see the comparison between the different art, the art is changing according to the grade level of the students. And now for the launch of the MVP, please go to the next slide. So now for the launch of the MVP, we've only created 2 different themes for different grade levels. We are calling them internally, like the mature and the young. But of course, post MVP, we are going to continue and improve and to add more features to the product, so we can actually create a specific unique art per every grade level. but for the launch, we are going with two different themes, which is great because kids which will play Matific for several years will actually feel that the game is actually growing with them.
Thanks, Amir. So just to reiterate, at launch from kindergarten to grade 2 will follow the younger theme, and from 3 to until 6 will follow the older theme, so that it feels new and fresh as the child progresses. One of the most important aspects as we were designing the Adventure Island and the new student experience as a whole was the fact that we wanted students to be able to express themselves. They should feel that Matific is their place and that they belong. And so the environment had to be vivid with exponential possibilities and also be inclusive. The new student experience provides students ample opportunities to express their creativity and personalize their in-game avatars. It's a motivator for students to do well, to redeem customization options, and enhance their persona in Matific. We also wanted to ensure that we boost student morale and help them build confidence as they travel on this adventure. There are many rewards and achievements that students will unlock as they progress along.
So exactly as Gagan mentioned, we are now actually adding an avatar to the game in order to allow the students to express themselves and also to control the personalized experience. So this is just a glimpse of the many options that the avatar customization has. For example, the kids can choose their fur color, and they can choose their style of their ears, their eyes, their nose, their mouth, and everything is just again with endless combinations in order to how to customize their experience. So it's not just about the figure of the avatar. After we've set up the correct figure, which can be neutral or can be a little bit more female-oriented or more male-oriented, we are also allowing the students to dress up their avatar. Gagan, please go to the next slide. So we've created more than 150 dress-up items for the kids. You know, this is, again, just a glimpse what you see on the screen. And this is actually replacing the reward mechanism. The current reward mechanism is based only on collection, the monster book. You're only passively collecting cards. You can't do nothing with them. But here, the new reward mechanism is based on creativity, how you would like to affect your appearance, how do you would like to customize your experience. Also, it's based on collection because you can collect outfit sets, for example, because as you can see, the outfits are separate to something that goes on top of your avatar's head, torso, hands, legs, and boots. But of course, there's a crazy mix and match with very creative opportunities. It's also a very good motivation for increasing the ownership because I own this item, someone else might not own it. It's just enhancing the experience as a game. I just mentioned before, we've also invested lots of thoughts about how anyone, either it's a girl or a boy, with avatar, they want to express themselves. So if someone wants to take their figure to be more female-oriented, they can do it through the facial features and also through some of the outfit features we made sure to ensure that for every outfit item, we have more male-oriented features and more female-oriented features. Of course, there are many more neutral features that you can just dress up. And the mix and match will allow everyone to express themselves.
And that allows for inclusivity, as we mentioned before. So that's great.
Yeah. And this is how it actually looks like in the game. This is the interface of the avatar customization screen. So you can see that now we're in the body category, so we can replace the eyes, the ears, the mouth, the nose, the eyes, the skin color. If we will go from the body to the outfit category, now we can replace the hat, we can replace the torso, the pants, the hands, the boots. Here in this demo, you can see how easily we can transform one avatar to be perceived more like a boy to be more like a girl. And we can also customize the aircraft of the avatar and not just the avatar itself. And this is a very cool and awesome reward that the kids will actually want to brag and show off and be very motivated about personalizing their aircraft.
Thanks, Amir. The Adventure Island also revolves around the underlying principle of building a growth mindset, and that's really important for us. If we have a growth mindset, we enjoy challenges despite the risk, usually because we value learning and growth, and we, in the process, build new skills and manifest them easily because we believe we can, and so we really work at it. And this is what we want to see in all students who use Matific. There are many rewards that students can unlock as they complete activities that are selected appropriate for them. All of this, of course, is wrapped in a story-based experience. Students will encounter their mentor, who they can look up to for guidance, feedback, compliments, sometimes humor. Also, building empathy for characters is also a trait that's built into the new program. Students will be able to meet these characters, get rewarded by them, and learn more about them.
So for the very first time, we've actually also added a mentor character to the interface of Matific. And the mentor character is communicating with the students through the dialogue system that is very rich in lots of scenarios, events, and texts, which addressing all of the different cases which we thought about. And this mechanism is actually allowing us to communicate with the students and to provide feedback tips and also onboarding, like to explain the features of the game. As you can see here in this dialogue, when you're reaching the chest for the very first time, the mentor appears and explaining what is a treasure chest and how you can utilize it for your good. This mentor, by the way, is a she. It's a female character. Her name is Yedi. And as you can see, it has two different appearances because the mentor is also growing with you. We created a mentor for the young grades and for the mature grades as well. So this is great. This is all nice to have the dialogue system, but it's way more than that. We've actually embraced all of the growth mindset approach, and we are utilizing the mentor and the dialogue system to encourage students to take on challenges and to learn from them by praising hard work and effort. And we said, okay, so we have now the new dialogue system. And as Gagan said, we also want to encourage humor and progression through a game-based experience. So the characters that you're meeting along the way, if in the current product you just want to progress in order to claim the rewards, now the students will want to progress also to reveal the plot, also to advance and to see how the characters are communicating with them. The characters are introducing themselves. They are also giving us rewards, and they're also talking about other characters in the game. They're explaining about the islands. There is a whole story that the students are motivated and curious to explore and to advance. So it's not just about extrinsic rewards, it's also about intrinsic curiosity, motivation that the students has.
Thanks, Amir. And of course, that all of that should be visible to teachers. So teachers will have complete visibility to all the work that students have done. Our reports will help you identify not only who's struggling, but what they're struggling with, which then allows for targeted intervention. The reports are very detailed. It gives you a high-level view of your class as a whole by math topics that have been covered. You can drill down by sub-skill or subtopic to identify specific gaps. And you can also drill down to each and every student to see exactly what it is that they're excelling in and what they're struggling with. The next component is the assigned work area. So the assigned work is a designated place for students to go and complete all assigned work. It's still segregated into two separate areas from a teacher's perspective: schoolwork and homework. Teachers are able to take full control and complement Adventure Island with assigned work as they do today. Assigned work provides a designated place for students to go and complete everything that you've assigned to them, separately for schoolwork and homework. There's a turtle with a courtyard on his back that represents assigned work on the main map. Once inside, there are three separate doors, one for schoolwork, homework, and one that we're introducing now called the parent assigned work. Yes, teachers can now also empower parents to play an active role in their child's education by complementing and reinforcing what their child is learning at school. If there's work assigned, the respective door opens, tells the student on how many activities they need to complete, and wrap up for the assigned work. Assigned activities are also presented on a path, but students can do these activities in any order. They're also rewarded every time they finish all assigned activities in schoolwork or homework. From a teacher's perspective, however, there's absolutely no change. You will still get access to all the powerful tools for assignment and differentiation. Plus, you have full access to the entire Matific catalog with thousands of activities for your students. You'll also be able to assign work separately as schoolwork or homework like you normally would. You have full control and customize activity assignment by class, group, or even student. And that's assigned work. The last component we're going to talk about today is the training zone. With the training zone, students can learn and practice math skills in their own time at their own pace. It provides students with a simple way of browsing and practice math activities by specific topics or skills. Fostering a nurturing environment for learning is a fundamental part of the Matific pedagogy. But a nurturing environment must include a freedom to fail and provide motivation to retry until they succeed. The training zone provides a fun environment where students gain satisfaction by overcoming challenges that are motivated to improve their results. By accessing training zone, we ensure students have the ability to monitor their progress against outcomes and foster independent math thinking. It's its perfect solution for extra maths practice, support that supplements your school curriculum. It helps to extend learning beyond school hours, reinforce learning for particular topics or skills, sharpens math concepts at every grade and skill level, build conceptual understanding in math in a self-discovery process. So to summarize, there's a whole lot of updates coming to the student experience. A brand new interface that's fun and exciting, that grows with the student, an AI-driven adventure that allows for personalized learning journey, tailored activities that are just right for the student, a story-based gaming experience that's fun, engaging, motivating, all the while building a growth mindset, opportunities to create and customize avatars and aircrafts, a whole new world of reward system with feedback throughout, an assigned work area with schoolwork and homework activities that are assigned by the teacher, and a training zone for that extra practice at the skill and topic level. And all of this must mean that there's a huge to-do list for teachers to prepare for this change. Well, don't fret. As a matter of fact, there's actually nothing you need to do. Zero, zippo, nada. If your students use desktop computers or laptops when using Matific, there's nothing they need to do either. The next time they log in, they'll see the new student experience after it's released in September. If they use the mobile or a tablet app to run Matific, please make sure that they update to the latest version of the app, and that's it. They'll be all set. It's that simple. While we're talking about this, I also wanted to take this opportunity to highlight some of the upcoming updates on the teacher platform that we're planning in the next few months. One of our goals is to ensure that we're able to provide the necessary help to teachers as and when they want it. To that effect, we are working on a feature that will allow teachers to ask for guidance on how to make the most of the product and how to deploy the best practices while using Matific in your classroom. This is planned to come out in the first quarter of next year. We also understand that many times teachers are looking for a just-in-time activity to use in class with students. We're going to make it super easy for teachers to open an activity and get all students to prepare in the real time. This is planned also to come out in the first quarter of next year. And one of our main other goals at Matific is to help help every teacher integrate Matific into their teaching program. To that effect, we're working on making it super easy for you to find and assign activities to your students. We are dramatically improving our content search function, building in more informative activity titles, and making it possible to schedule work for the future by allowing you to set start dates and due dates for activities that then you can assign to your students. How exciting is that? So with that, I think that's all we wanted to share today about the new student experience. We are really, really excited with what's coming up, and we hope you are too.